So we are proceeding under lecture 5. Previously we looked at how to process cashbook transactions. So we want to proceed and look at how to process general journal transactions. And for you to process general journal transactions, you have to come on to transactions. Then you come to general ledger. Then you have to come to journal batches. So you click on journal batches. When you click on journal batches, again, what you have to do first is to create a new batch into which you'll be processing the transaction. So you click on new batch. Right. Once you have done that, it will bring up this. The batch number, it will be JB for general, for journal batch, then journal batch, of course, and everything else. Right. So you can rename this to anything that you want, or you can just leave it as journal batch. And once you are here, you click on OK. You see automatically our journal batch will be opened. So basically the journal batch we use to process transactions which are supposed to be processed using the journal batch. These are transactions which are not cashbook transactions, which are not customer transactions, which are not supplier transactions. And the most popular transaction processed using the journal batch or the general journal is depreciation. So probably let's say we want to process depreciation for motor vehicles. So this will be our journal batch. I can close it. Right. So see, this is what we have created. This is our journal batch that we have created, and for us to open, you just have to double click on it. Right. You just double click on it, then it's open like what it has done. Right. Then here you have to select the transaction date. Then you come here, you have to select now. So see, we have got a transaction, so you need to know which transaction do we have. Like in this case, we're saying we've got depreciation. So by having that transaction, you should know what is the amount of the transaction and which account is being debited and which account is being credited. Probably let's say for depreciation of 5,000 on motor vehicles for the month of November. Right. So we're selecting our transaction date there. Then we come here. We are dealing with the two accounts. One account is going to be debited and the other account is going to be credited. So we look up, if we are not yet familiar with the account numbers, we just come to account name. Then we type the name of the account that we want to deal with. So we've got depreciation there. This is depreciation expense account. We could create sub accounts under the main account depreciation, probably sub account depreciation motor vehicle, depreciation furniture and fittings, depreciation computer equipment, and so on and so forth. So we are coming up with that. So we go on, we put in the reference. In this case, it's depreciation MV. I'm just coming up with this reference. So I'm putting up that MV for motor vehicle. Then we put in the description, which will be depreciation on motor vehicles, right? Probably we put in the month as well, for November 2022, right? See, so we have to know this is depreciation expense account. So you need to know, are we debiting it or are we crediting? In this case, we are debiting the depreciation expense account. Then we proceed. We have done one line. As you understand the double line, the double end concept of accounting. We then proceed and we go to the second line. Then we look for accumulated depreciation, because that is the other account that has to be credited. So we look for motor vehicle accumulated depreciation. So this is the other account that we are going to be crediting to complete the double entry. Right. Now once we have done that, we then proceed to the next line. So that transaction is done. We have debited depreciation expense and we have credited motor vehicles accumulated depreciation. So in processing general journal transactions, so to say, or transactions which are supposed to be processed through the general journal, you have to know the account being debited and the account which is to be credited, and then you process in the same manner that I've done here. Then once you are happy or once you are done, you click on post batch. The system will prompt you, this batch has been modified. Would you do you want to save changes? Of course, yes, we want to save the changes. So it will run a validation, then it will prompt us and ask if you want to print the batch. If you want, you say yes, this is for filing. If you don't want, like in our case, we just say no. Then it will ask again and say, are you sure you wish to post this batch? Yes, we are sure. Then once the batch is posted, it will prompt us and tell us that the batch has been successfully posted. Then we just click on OK. Again, our reports are updated by default of us processing this transaction. So basically, this is how you process those transactions which are supposed to be done through the general journal. What is important is for you to identify and know the kind of transactions which are supposed to be done via the general journal. You've got things like salaries batch or salaries journal. Yes, you have to do them through the general journal. You've got other things like accruals. You have to do them through the general journal or the journal batch. So basically that's it. Thank you. We'll proceed next when we'll be looking at customer transactions and the supplier transactions. Thank you.